What are you trying to get good at? Which element of the process? Do you understand sort of the process? You know, the whole the plan, the larger how to put it all together. That I think you hopefully should understand. You know, and then you're just getting good at every little moving part. Hopefully. But you know, obviously, it starts with having a screener, from finding stocks that are in a good position, and those are the ones that I've said. Um, finding the breakouts, finding the breakouts. Yeah. So just remember this. uh, by the time you find them, it's too late. So what you need to get good at is watching breakouts. Right? If you think of it that way. Um, probably one of the best ways. Well, no, I know this for a fact, but it depends on the person. I want to try to give you guys a little bit of a easier, lazier way sometimes, so that it's a little bit less of a barrier to entry to perfection. But the ideal is for every night at like 8 p.m. or whatever time for you, 9 p.m., sit with your, as a ritual every night, obviously not Friday night and Saturday night, but Sunday through Thursday. Sit there for 20 minutes on the scan of those stocks. I think hopefully you've learned to find the scan that I've mentioned, which is that if anything's up 20% in a month or 30% in 2 months or more, look at those charts, look at those, and see what's just perfectly set up, right? Yeah. Number one. And then the next morning, watch the three, or one or two or six that are set up. Put it on a multi-grid, watch them all simultaneously. And then you learn to do the entry technique, right? Entry technique is 1 minute opening range breakout, or inner pivot breakout, or pre-market pivot high breakout, or 5 minute dip buy entry, but only if all of those things would also be a breakout on the whole larger daily chart. And always only, well, typically if the market itself is also looking good. The market shouldn't be in a bad spot. Let me show you something, you guys. What I'm saying in essence is, don't remove those, remove drawings. Here we go. Okay, can you see my screen? What I'm saying, I guess I should get rid of the indicator here as well. Okay, that's fine. Okay. What I'm saying is, yes, wait until the market is also giving a signal. And so that signal could be, for example, that moment there where the market starts breaking its prior high, right? But another signal would be right here, when it's starting in the pullback, when it's starting to finally come back around and make a higher high than the previous candle. That's another signal spot. The next day in the morning would have been some signals, but then by end of day, those signals might have crapped out. However, that day it ended at a higher low. The very next day, you got a little bit of a signal right here. The next day here. So there's lots of spots where signals are happening. Now, once the market's broken out, like here, probably it's too late now. Now, you wanted to have all your capital located back there and all these previous 5 days. And now you need to be just letting the market push everything up and then starting to take profits incrementally as it goes. So what I'm saying is, during these well, during this period for sure, but also during this whole area, every night, the prior night, be scanning through and looking at the charts for the top performers and looking to see if anything's like at pole position, like in the perfect either breakout spot or at a perfect pullback entry spot. But like I said, hopefully you were here yesterday morning or the prior morning. I did a very good 10-minute talk about how to know which of those stocks are worth their salt or not. And that was that they've had a huge, game-changing push recently. So then that's it. And then you get in. And then managing the trade from there in a bull market is the easy part. But, taking profits incrementally along the way, the 5-day 50% rule, moving averages, trend lines, blah, blah, blah. All your knowledge, just throw all your knowledge at it. Just throw all your knowledge at it. But that's the technique. Market, setups, signals, entry. Where are you going to get the setups? From scans. Where, and then once they're broken out, it's too late. All right. Clear. Does that help put you on the right track, Daniel? All right, we got 14 minutes until the market opens. Have I put AFRM? Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in AFRM. Well said. All right, August, thanks. Yes, I have. So, by the way, I was looking at the Dow there. It's what you guys are looking at over on TikTok. But, obviously, we trade the growth market mostly because that's the one that has the largest gains and the most strength in the good economic cycles. So, looking at the Qs today, let's take a quick look at that. Tomorrow will be GDP in the morning before the market opens at 8:30. GDP will be announced, and any good number really will be good. There's been some inklings of inflation the last couple days. The market has been front running that the GDP is going to obliterate that. GDP pays off. Okay, thanks, Daniel. I mean, you're welcome, or both. Okay, cool. Thanks. GDP is what pays off inflation, because maybe some of you don't realize inflation is debt amassment, debt to asset ratio. We have a debt to asset ratio in the United States. I mean, in every country, and that indebtedness is what's causing inflation. You pay that off with creation. That's what wealth, building is: creation of increased value. How do you increase value to somebody? You provide them the same product or service at the same price, but more efficiently, or you give them the same efficiency level at a lower price, right? But obviously during inflationary times, the best way we can crack growing wealth and prosperity is by improving systems and being able to deliver the same thing, but more efficiently for the same price. Since the beginning of man, we run on an apple. We eat the apple, it gives us calories. We burn the calories and we produce output. What's the output? We catch a lion, we grab some sticks, we burn the fucking fire, we cook the lion, whatever we're cooking, right? We did that with an apple, right? So, but over time we become more efficient. With that one apple, maybe we can go the whole day and build a skyscraper, architect a skyscraper, So, and AI is doing it. AI is pushing us along more. So we continue since the dawn of mankind. Since what do I say? Since Egyptian times, we've increased our efficiency year over year by 2.25% as a human species. And that's where GDP comes from. And our GDP right now is like super high, like 4 to 7%. We're increasing rapidly, and I think this is going to be a massive time of expansion with AI. Like this is going to be like the '80s to the dot-com boom. Like this is going to be one of the biggest runs you guys are going to experience in your lifetime before it matters. So like when you're 60 years old, it's going to you don't need a run then, but maybe some of you who are 60 now would like another run, and here it is. So anyway, tomorrow comes the GDP numbers, and I don't think they're going to disappoint, but if they do, then we'll top out here on the market perhaps, and we're going to have to see. So today, okay, we've got 10 minutes until the market opens. Better goods and services, less debt. Challenge right now is stagnation. No, I don't. Well, okay. You mean stagnation in that rates are flat because the Fed's not going to do anything for a year, half a year? Okay. But our GDP, is growth. That hasn't stopped mankind. That's just the fucking Fed. So we're going to pay off the debt regardless, and we're going to create deflation automatically. And we don't need the Fed's assistance. Rates are going to go down. Everything's going to be deflating little by little as we are more productive. We're going to get those numbers tomorrow morning. Now, today is the last day before that happens. We're starting with a little bit of a pullback here, and but the market has been front running what appears to be that it believes that tomorrow is going to be a positive regardless. Could even what's the word, manifest itself as that tomorrow it has a red day, and then another red day the next day, but more of a doji and a smaller day, and then maybe we pick up next week. So don't necessarily see a negative as a negative, but you can certainly see a positive as a positive. Don't be a fool in a bull's market. Be a bull. Oh boy, that was a good one. In a bull market, be a bull, not a fool. Whoo! That's a good one. I like that. I just made that shit up. All right. But it's so true. That's why it's good. So anyway, this morning we have just about damn near nothing interesting. Maybe Wolf, WULF. And then everything else is a penny stock, a shit stock. Not doing amazing. As far as anything over, let's say 20%, we've got Acon. Let's take a quick look at Acon. Oh, also today, FedEx shit the bed. FedEx is down a lot. I don't know what the amount is. Okay, this Acon is too illiquid normally, and so you don't want to start. This will be just a high frequency trading paradise. HFT, Acon, HFT only. Not a good for intraday day trading. That said, I'll keep it up on the radar, at least on TikTok here, so we can watch it in case it does do something. Hello, Fabian. Thoughts on Poll, a gap up play for GDP report? Thoughts on PG for GDP report? Okay, I'll look at both of those right away. Right here, we got 7 minutes. Here comes Poll. Polished. No, I mean, this thing's been running to the ground. I guess it's up strong this morning. It reached nearly $1, and as that usually happens, right around $1, they panic because they're going to get delisted and put out some reports and bullshit, manipulate the price a little bit, and we've got a spike up to $2.25, up over 100% this morning. POL. The liquidity on it is pretty low and bad. And this is the first day anything going good price wise on it. So, maybe in a week or two looking back, it'll be something that will continue after having shown resilient strength. Until then, today's just a high frequency day trading, intraday type of trading day on it at best. And it's a shit stock. And the other one you said was PG. Oh, that was for the GDP report. Yeah, that's pulled for the gap up play. PG, Procter and Gamble. Yeah, that's been pretty sideways. Yeah, there's probably pretty much nothing in it there for you. Perhaps you have that in your retirement account. That'd be fine. It's very slow value stock, paying a dividend. It's not a growth stock. All right, so don't expect increase in capital from PG. You don't get in it for that. You get in it to just be in a solid company, put your money somewhere where, no, other than cash. That's for retirement. Let's see. We've got 4.5 minutes till the market opens. I was going to take a quick look at something that was FedEx. So now the situation on FedEx is it's been running up for a month or two into earnings, and the earnings were a surprise disappointment. And so, but the sell-off has been almost too huge. It says down 11%, but it sure feels like more than that. It was at 285 the other day, and now it's at 240. Hit 240. So that's a pretty big drop. It's only 11%, but that's still a big drop. And as far as recent ranges go, it's basically a 80% drop. When you think about it in that terms, it's 80% retracement of progress. And that's going to cause a lot of people to be trapped, and they're going to have to come to a decision. And that's going to be either to sell and reallocate that capital somewhere else and just take the loss, or hold. There may even be some people wanting to buy. So it's so strong, this price drop, that it's hard to predict for sure which way it will go. But it's my feeling that there's so much money trapped in this institutionally that they're going to take the money and run. So I think possibly the larger prognosis for FedEx today is for it to sell off. But interesting things can happen when you have this big of a price drop. Have been seeing short squeeze happening lately. On what? Did well with Beyond. That's good. I'm still in Beyond. What are your thoughts on Beam? Okay. Yeah, we got 2 minutes. Beam. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I'd have to see it. In a month, it might look good. But so far, it's not doing it. It hasn't really turned around yet. It's still depreciating or bottoming, and it hasn't really turned around. All right, so today's market action is probably going to be flat-ish because tomorrow morning is a much bigger report. Apple just had a big blip. I don't know if that's some news over on Apple, possibly. Just 2 minutes ago or 3 minutes ago, Apple with a strong, slight move up. Sharp, I guess you could say, a sharp move up. Small as it is. Apple, yes. Everybody's saying that. It's some news happening somewhere. I think it probably has to do with that watch lawsuit. Maybe it's been resolved. Maybe Biden said that he's vetoing, that Apple is allowed to use the patent without punishment. That would be insane. That would be really good. That'd be worth several billions in market cap. But I don't know. I'm not looking at it, and the news, because it can be kind of laggy, and depending where you can get your news. If anybody finds out what's the news, why is it spiking, maybe go to Stock Twits and see what people are saying on Apple. I think it might be possibly to do with the watch patent. All right, market's going to open in 25 seconds. And the market is open. Getting an alert on Uber. Let's see what's going on there. I got the fan on extra high, yeah. Sorry about that. It's actually not that bad, but I guess it's automatically turning up the volume on it. What's the alert on Uber here? No, there's nothing going on necessarily on Uber. Yeah, Acon is fading out. FedEx is being bought up. The Qs are green. The market is green, and the VIX is indicating up. So another bull day on the market. And yeah, Apple is making a lot of progress. It was at 196.1 and has now hit 197.4. So $1.30 in just a couple of minutes. So something's going on though over there on Apple. And I'm just managing some trades here. All right, if you guys are seeing anything interesting, let me know. And I'll check on it for you. Costco. Okay. Let me see. I mean, Costco's been on an incredible run lately. And I've been waiting for it to kind of peter out and top out. And it just won't do it. Give me some kind of signal that it's done, and then I can sell some calls. But yeah, no, continues to stay strong. It's in a high, tight flag right now. And the other one you asked about was XLE. Yeah, energy. Energy should be going down. Let's see. Well, it is actually coming off a low, but it's definitely at the bottom of a longer term range that it's been in. So it could kind of go either way. I don't think there's much of a trade there on XLE. I don't think there's much of you to take advantage of on XLE. Let's check out Meta or Aprod. So Meta was a signal 2 days ago and continued to be a signal yesterday. And that was alerted in our group. And we also alerted Meta back for entry on the 7th, an early cheat entry. Let's see. What else is hot right after the open? We got BURL up 2.5% from the open. Oh, yeah, that looks good. That's an entry signal on Burlington Stores, which has been kind of slow, 2.7% ADR. But it's been making its way up over the 200 moving average. And for those of you who are doing spreads with me, this could be a situation where it's a no-brainer to sell some puts. It's continuing to make bullish progress. So puts are worthless. So if you can sell it to people, you'll be making that money. You become the casino. All right. Yeah, it's actually taken off pretty good too. It's up 3% now. I'm going to go get me some. If the chain looks good. Yeah, I'm going to do the February 16, 180, 175s. That's a better way to be long in it. And I'm in. So now I just let that sit and bake. And what is up with Beyond? Let's go take a look at Beyond. Boy, the market is just doing great. Nice green day this morning. Upstart? Sure. Yeah, I would like to look at that as well. Yeah, Beyond's doing okay. It's holding. Upstart, let's see. Yeah, Upstart's just been, moving up and up and up. And the reversal was back on December 1st, and that would have been primary entry day. But looking back, anytime it can do anytime it does any pausing or makes any large days again, I guess let me pull this up for the people on TikTok. Upstart. Those are opportunities to stock an entry. But as you can see, it's had basically two strong pushes. The first one, which was game changing for the stock, was bottom reversal, and that was on December 1st. And then again on December 13th. And that would have been a double breakout on that day and an easy signal at 38. And now it's flagging, but it's super strong high tight flagging. And you got to be watching it again for any kind of entry signal. There was one 3 days ago, but you could easily sell the bottom of any of those lightning days, like the bottom of the 13th, which is the 35 puts. You could sell those puts. The bottom of December 1st, you could have sold the 26 puts. Now you'd be in 100% profit easily. It doesn't take long. It's easy money. Which one? Natty? What is Natty? Yeah, Mara up. Yeah, Bitcoin is at almost 44,400 now. So Mara and all of those, MSTR, Wolf, Hut, I can't even reel them all off. Riot, all of them. There's a good 20 Bitcoin and crypto related stocks. Those are all doing really well. And in what appears to be a front run of tomorrow's GDP numbers. Remember, the market itself is a leading indicator. It's the only leading indicator there is the market. And yeah, it can be wrong, but it's the only leading indicator. So that's, worth something. Tomorrow morning. Oh, natural gas, Natty. How's Natty? Yeah, that's funny. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's at a particularly tradable moment, other than perhaps you could go long here, perhaps, but it's not a bullish asset right now. So it's not a good idea to go counter trend like that. Those aren't usually good trades. You get chopped up. Those usually don't work out. That kind of trading is a very choppy style of trading. I would leave it alone. I mean, if anything, if it breaks down to a new low, a new 52-week low, at that moment, maybe you could short it. Now you're going with the trend, and that's better because you have the power of the trend in your favor. All right, you guys, I'm going to have some breakfast. The market is interesting today, and we're going to find some more opportunities, but they're going to be posted, and we'll talk about them in the group. So if you're not in the group, make sure you click the link wherever it is, and the bio or the description or the profile or whatever it is, and come on over to our group and stay abreast of all the great opportunities. Have a good one, everybody, and see you soon.